T-minus 30 seconds.
Go WGS.
Minus 45.
Light lock in.
Minus 22.
Let's run TVC blowdown.
Minus 15.
Route ignition.
T-minus 10.
T-minus 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. We have ignition of the RS-68 main engine. 2, 1. And we have liftoff of the Delta IV launch vehicle carrying the WGS-6 satellite for the United States Air Force. The Wideband Global Satcom satellite provides significantly increased capacity for our nation's leaders, warfighters, and international partners.
Recovering from the initial launch transient says we're passing 25 seconds. Mark, 25 seconds in. Still looking.
You are hearing the voice of Steve Agate providing launch vehicle ascent data.
Altitude passing 2.5 miles, 36 seconds. Mach 1. Vehicle now going transonic. 42 seconds in. Still looking good. Chamber pressure is beginning to drop on the 4 solid rocket motors as expected. Do symmetrical burn. Coming up 50 seconds. Mark, 50 seconds. Max speed. Maximum dynamic pressure in the vehicle as we're approaching the 1 minute mark. Mark, 1 minute into the flight. Altitude now 7.7 nautical miles. Velocity 2,998 feet per second. 5 miles downrange. Coming up 1 minute 10 seconds. Mark, 1 minute 10 seconds. Chamber pressure holding solid in the first stage. 1 minute 15 seconds. Second stage systems coming online. The hydrogen supply valve is now open in the vehicle. 1 minute 25 seconds. Standing by for solid rocket motor burnout just a few seconds from now. And we have burnout standing by for separation. We have separation of the solid rocket boosters. 1 minute 54 seconds in the flight. The Delta vehicle now only weighs 1/2 of what it did at launch some 2 minutes ago. Starting propellant at the rate of 1,850 pounds per second.
This is Delta Mission Control at T plus 2 minutes and 11 seconds. Steve Agate just confirmed jettison of all 4 solid rocket motors, and the mission continues nominally. Our next event is payload fairing jettison, scheduled to take place in just over a minute. Let's go back to Steve Agate.
Two minutes, 35 seconds in. Maximum fairing skin temperature occurring at this time. 2 minutes, 44 seconds. Altitude now passing 47 nautical miles, velocity 8,573 feet per second. Downrange distance 72.4 nautical miles. Chamber pressure continuing to hold in the main engine. Good engine control. Coming up on the 3 minute. Mark 3 minutes, still looking good. Standing by for a payload fairing jettison occurring about 15 seconds from now. And we have a good payload fairing jettison. 3 minutes, 42 seconds in. Still looking good. We'll be going to the partial thrust command for the first stage to go down to the partial thrust mode. And by 4 minutes. We've had partial thrust command. Standing by for MECO. And we have MECO. Main engine has cut off. Standing by for 1-2 step, and we have 1-2 stage separation. Next deploy is in work. The igniter spark Standing by for ignition, and we have ignition. Ignition on the second stage. Second stage chamber pressure rising. Good chamber pressure on the second stage. 4 minutes, 38 seconds in. Flight events occurring very close to the anticipated time.
This is Delta Mission Control at T plus 4 minutes and 49 seconds. We just heard the voice of Steve Agate report successful execution of events comprising the early portion of this evening's mission. The mission is now in its first of 2 planned RL-10 second stage engine burns, and all systems continue to operate nominally. This burn will last approximately 20 minutes. I am now joined by Major Mick Hose of the United States Strategic Command. Major Hose, I thank you for joining me.
Thanks, Howard. It really is a pleasure to be here for the 6th WGS flight. It's a privilege to be here in the United States representing the Australian Defence Force this evening for a fantastic launch.
Major Hose, we've just seen a spectacular liftoff of the Delta IV rocket. How does it feel seeing the 6th WGS-6 satellite on its way to orbit?
Well, Howard, it was an absolutely great feeling to witness the 6th flight of the WGS system from the Cape Canaveral Air Force Station this evening. This evening really does mark a significant milestone in Australia's participation in the WGS system, and it really does exemplify the alliance that exists between the United States and Australia. Every WGS launch incrementally enhances the capability, flexibility and sustainability of wideband communications. Following separation from the Delta IV launch vehicle approximately 35 minutes from now, the team will continue orbit raising over the next 106 days. After another 49 days of rigorous testing by Boeing and the Army Strategic Command who operate the payload, the team will reposition WGS-6 from the test orbit to the operational orbit over the following 24 days. So you can see from that timeline there really are several months of hard work to do before the satellite is ready for operations.
Major Hose, the WGS system provides an important increase in capacity over the legacy system. Could you explain what that means to our joint warfighters in the field?
Yes, Howard. Well, there's 2 wideband constellations operated by the United States Department of Defence. The first being the Defence Satellite Communication System, which was first launched in 1982. It's often referred to as DSCUS, and DSCUS, it really has been the workhorse of long-haul communications for the last 2 decades. Now, the second is the WGS system, which we're witnessing tonight, first launched in 2007. Now, a single WGS satellite has more communications capability than the entire DSCUS constellation. Some examples of the WGS system leveraging cost-effective methods and technological advances are its ability to cross-band between the X and Ka communications bands. It has an unparalleled ability to simultaneously support the joint warfare fighter, whether they are in a strategic, tactical headquarters or even on the move.